During the last not-so-trailer, we got the reveal that not only Zeraora will be in the Pokémon Legends Z-A DLC, but it will also Mega Evolve. But how? How can these mythical Pokémon from the Alolan games connect to whatever's going on in Lumiose City in the Kalos region? Well, hey, I'm notsoAceTrainer, and I'll tell you how. Let's get into it. If you've been watching my latest videos, you've heard this before. Kalos' legendary lore is tied to Norse mythology. Zygarde has been thought to be inspired by Loki's children, Fenrir, Jormungandr and Hel, despite Nidhogg being a better fit for its 50% form. Yveltal is possibly based on Verdfólnir and the eagle it sits upon, or even Rasvelgar, who is tied to death. And Xerneas is based on Eikthyr, a stag that eats the leaves of Leradre, a tree that stands atop Valhalla. From Eikthyrnir's horns, water drips and creates the rivers of the world, essentially giving life. And now we even had an Odin reference in how Lysander is now roaming the world with one less eye, as Odin gave one eye for wisdom and wandered as well. And honestly, we probably already had that, since AZ kinda did the same thing that Lysander now does. Prism Tower, after the events of Pokémon Legends Z-A, also begins to resemble more of a tree that stands in the middle of Lumiose City. This is very similar to Yggdrasil, the world tree that holds the worlds in Norse mythology. With that Norse part out of the way, well, how does this Pokémon that is likely inspired on Raiju, the embodiment of lightning in animal form from Japanese mythology, or keeping up with the Alolan games, well, Kanehekili, the Hawaiian god of thunder, how does it fit this whole Norse stuff? There's an answer for that, and we kinda have to look at the website. Like I said, the not-so-trailer didn't give us a lot, but the website told us this exact thing. Getting the mythical Pokémon Mega Zeraora for your team in Pokémon Legends Z-A Mega Dimension might be a little difficult. Keep your eyes peeled for a way to encounter it as you play through the DLC. This confirms some things that the trailer doesn't really tell you. First, Zeraora won't be a mystery gift. You will be able to actually find it in-game. Sure, technically this doesn't mean that it won't be tied to a mystery gift, since Diancie wasn't one, but the Dian site was, and that's what triggered the whole event. But the way it is worded makes me feel like it will be in the game and even maybe part of the actual story. Second, if you have to keep your eyes peeled for a way to encounter this Pokémon, then it means that this Pokémon will be an elusive one. Which makes sense, it is a mythical Pokémon after all, but that's why I also believe that it will be a roaming Pokémon. And that's exactly where Zeraora starts making sense in this whole Norse lore from the Kalos region. Yggdrasil, the tree, is central to the whole of Norse mythology, and it is full of deities and creatures, not just the ones I've mentioned when talking about the legendaries. There's Sleipnir, Odin's 8-legged horse, and you have trolls, you have elves, and you also have Ratatoskr. This guy is just a squirrel, one that runs up and down the tree, taking messages from the eagle that lives at its top to Nidhogg, who dwells on its roots. It basically serves as the messenger between different realms, the one whose job is to just never stop. I think Zeraora will be exactly this, a Pokémon that moves through these distortions, these realms. It will be going from one pocket of hyperspace Lumiose City to another pocket of hyperspace Lumiose City, and probably even our own Lumiose City, likely doing the same thing that Zygarde did. Testing us to see if we're worthy of being its partner, or simply serving as a guide through whatever's going on in hyperspace. I believe it is likely the first one, since according to the website, and I quote, Mega Zeraora decides of its own will when it releases its energy and unleashes its full power. Trainers wanting to partner up with Mega Zeraora will either need to trust its decision or be so in sync with it that they can match its timing. End quote. Which makes it seem like this Pokemon and its Mega Evolution are just gonna be the kind that needs to test us, kinda like Zygarde did throughout the main game until we were finally able to catch it in the post-game. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Zeraora also has its Mega Stone already in its possession, likely even being able to Mega Evolve on its own as Mega Power has seeped into hyperspace Lumiose, as we can see from the Mega Crystals, but not really acting like a rogue Mega Pokemon. That will be its special thing. And also they kinda say that we have to keep our eyes peeled for a way to encounter Mega Zeraora, not really Zeraora. But anyway, Zeraora, while it does feel like a weird pick for all the Norse mythology we have in the Kalos region, it kinda makes sense as Ratatoskr, the running squirrel. It also gives more credibility to that old theory that said that Zeraora would be in the fabled Pokémon Z, but since that never happened, they introduced it in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But what do you think? Do you think it fits the lore? Are you happy with the Mega and its design? Let me know down below. Now, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. But before I go, I want to thank my YouTube members Good Old Deo and Sean Speak, and my Twitch subscribers and newbies here, Zanes222, Lazarix, and the Dr. Joe. Thank you so much for all of your support.